everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy and I'm here today with Tuesday 10 because it is Tuesday. So Tuesday 10 is where I have to use up 10 pieces of paper or other things if they come about from my big basket of stuff that I've kind of been squirreling away, book pages, printed digitals that didn't get used, collages, just different things. I need to turn them into ephemera and use them up or they have to go. But the rule I'm using is you've got to keep working till it's done. So these videos do vary in length. What I have today is the front page of this amazing book called Canadian Wildflowers and Emblems. The whole book is gone except for this page about the Indian pipe, which is an incredible plant. Then I have this little ugly piece of toucan paper that I jelly printed on the back with my daughter. We have this religious art from an art book. This is Umbrian School Pinturicchio 1454 to 1513. So we have that. We have this also from an art book. There's two images from Toulouse-Lautrec. I probably will use this one. I'm not so into that one. Then we have this, this is a book of it was from a gardening book, a vintage garden book. And then this was a scraps collage from my early days of scrap collaging where I just literally tried to use everything in my studio to kind of get rid of it. And yeah. And then we have this. This is from an art book. It has two images. I'll probably go with this one, unless I use this one and then I cover up this circle with something different because that doesn't really inspire me. Although I do like her and she's reading. So it's cute because it says, "Girl reading. Is she actually reading or is she adopting a proper pose with her book of manners in her lap on prominent display attesting to her good breeding?" Ugh, no, she's reading. And then this image is from the same book actually, Mio de Guido of Siena, active 1319 to 1354, the city of Perugia. I like these hands holding this building. I think it's pretty cool. On the back we have this rather sullen tulip hatted kind of guy in this sort of puzzle outfit. Kind of cool, but no, probably not what I'll use. And then this is a page from an old 1960s children's book. I really love this image. It's like kind of that Journey to Bookland type image. So I suppose we shall get started. And you know what I'm going to start with today? Something not challenging, because that'll get me kind of revved up, I think. Well, hopefully not challenging. You never can tell with Tuesday 10. It does sometimes go sideways. So I'm going to get my chopper here. There we go. Sorry, it was behind my book press. Just pop that down. To move this stuff out of the way. Okay. So now we're just going to trim down these collages here. They're going to be backgrounds for tags or journal entries or both. We shall see. So all right. I need more space. Move this over here. Okay. There we go. That's better. One at a time. Yeah, I think we'll go with kind of wider tags, maybe. This one can go this direction. No, I like it better this direction. Okay. I'll do the same with this one. Trim these edges down here. Take a little off the top of this one. And okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got. Let's try to work on maybe 3 at once, or should we go all of them at once? 6 at once. Let's see how we can do this. 6 at once. Some of them are likely to not be in frame if I do 6. Let's do 4, and then I'll come back to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so first of all, this feels loud. Very loud. So I think what I want to do is create a background for my focal point a bit. And I have kind of some nice dyed parchment paper that's been left over from projects I've been working on. So I think I'll take the most offensive 3. There's 3 that are kind of offensive. These ones are kind of offensive to me. They're just a little too much. So I'll start with this one. And I think I might be able to just kind of tame down the most wild part of this a bit. Just covering it with some parchment. You'll still get a hint of what's going on. This one's the darkest of all of them, but I'm okay with that. Grab this. Maybe we will just work on 3 at once. It'll be easier space-wise. And I actually have a plan today for focal points. So today may have a little bit of a theme, but it's along the same lines of using things up. So along the same lines. So what I want to use up today are these 11/9 Designs people that I have. I've been using them for a couple of different projects, and I'm just going to use them as focal points today because they're fun to work with, and yeah, they're easy to cut out. So I won't take 100 years of fussy cutting here. It's a nice quiet day today. I yesterday went tobogganing with my children, and it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of snow though, so that makes traipsing back up the hill kind of difficult. Especially because all children kind of like, things are good, but then there's like inevitably something will go wrong, like a boot will fall off. And then the hardest thing about parenting in the winter time is just, it's so physical. Like traipsing down a snowy like hill that, the snow is up past your ankles, and you've got to help your daughter put her boot back on and then carry her sled and your 2-year-old back up the the hill. It's a little tough, but it's worth every bit of it. It's fun. I don't just say that, I do mean it. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's do the same on this. We'll just get this down. I think this side I like better. Okay. So you do get a bit of a peek of what's going on back there with this, but it's not as loud. Okay, and then this one, I think I'm just going to kind of do the little hints of what's left over. Okay, so this can go here, and that's just kind of a hint of what's left over from the paper. Hello. I'm going to use these little bits here to just kind of add a couple more accents. Okay. All right, so now we need, I think, some focal points for these two. So let's just cut these out. Thank you. Okay.
That's for a journal.
Mm-hmm.
A cool journal.
Oh, that's okay. It can stay in the basket.
No, that's garbage. How is this garbage?
It's recycling, yeah. So just finish cutting
This is only for your journal.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Why don't you go play with your brother?
I'll stay here.
Okay. So let's just get this cut out. Maybe I will take a quick little break to just cut this out and tend to my wee visitor here. I will be right back in just a moment. Okay, and we are back. That was actually a good little time to take a break anyways, because I could cut those out and chat with my little one. Okay, so I'm thinking I need more for all of these. So the first thing I think I want to do is create like a mushroom for her to sit on. And I think I just want to do that using book page. So I'm just gonna maybe fold a book page in half and create like stem. Okay. And then we need the top of the mushroom. Okay, and then I need a bit of red ink. I'm going to use this side. I like the words a little better on this side than the other side. Just use the red ink and kind of go over the book page a little bit. Turn it into an amanita. And then just kind of grunge the edges a little with some vintage photo. Okay, let's glue these down. Kind of give it a bit of a curve. About like that shape. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to come back to that. It needs a bit of shading, and we're definitely going to need to do some shading with this and something a little more down here, I think. I'm going to add a little bit of washi. It's right here. Just to add some green to the ground. That's not done, but it's another step in the whole process. Maybe I'll think about what I need to do. I'm going to get either my charcoal pen maybe, or possibly my Distress Oxide. There it is. Okay. Okay, and then just Yeah, I may go get my charcoal. It's going to be faster. I didn't want to take a break, but I have to, so just give me one moment. Okay, so I've got my Derwent pencils, and I'm just going to use a bit of a dark wash to just go around this with a little bit of shading. Then I will also just kind of fine line around here a bit. Just to sort of make her stand up a little off of the card. All right. Now, whoops, we need glue. We need glue on there. I didn't put glue. That's why that happened. There we go. And then here, I think we need some more glue. And just take the tippy tip of this and color this flower that's in her hand. Okay. Alright, I think once this has been stitched and inked that I will be comfortable with calling it done. We shall see if I do need anything else. There's a possibility. But I don't want to get like overly worried about it. I do want to just outline her even on the top of the toadstool here, just to kind of add some depth to this. Okay. Whoops. We have some flying acetate. I've been holding this like above my head here on this shelf, keeping this around because I want to use every last bit of it. I don't want it to go into the environment. I have like all these projects that I'm going to use it for. I'll put it right in my Tuesday 10 basket, and then one of these days I'm just going to have to use it up. Okay, so let's call that finished for now. I'll come back to it at the end. We need to move on. Now, this girl, I need something behind her. I think I want to go with a little bit of Edith Holden. May actually use this upside down because I like the bit of brown, and then I need something to ground her as well. So I think first I'll just add glue to the Edith Holden. And we'll pop that down on here because that's where it's going to go. Down. Then where's my art glitter glue? Right here. Okay, do I need, yeah, a little bit of art glitter glue. This paper's a little thicker. Edith Holden book page is a little thicker. Now I need her to go about there, I think, and I'm going to get something else on the ground for where her feet are going to be. Have her head kind of in these flowers. Okay. Then Maybe we will get her feet up for a minute if I can. Yeah, I can. That's good. I'll use our glitter glue because this is scrapbook paper and it's a little thicker. Oops. We'll just pop this under here. And then we'll re-glue her feet. There we go. Now, cut this into a tag shape. I feel like we need a little something else on here, and I'm going to go to my ephemera binder because I think I have probably something in there that I want to use, like a plant. I'm actually going to keep this handy. I feel like I'm going to need it today. So just set it over there, maybe. Yeah. So let's use this sticker. Get this shiny back off of it here. Fill in this bit of space. And then I also have these little bitty label things, and I'm wondering if maybe can I pull her head up? I can. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull this off. I don't like that little thing hanging here. I want that kind of behind her. Yeah, okay. And I need my ink. I need my black inker. There, just gives her head a little bit of a calmer space to lie on there because she's a really light print. Some vintage photos are just very light by nature. Okay, maybe a word snippet. I need to move these bags. I've got all these little bags. I'm going to try running them through my laminator to see what happens later. Let's just go the simple one, Through the Forest. I like that one. It's something that I can always enjoy using, Through the Forest. And I'm going to use another little scrap of this paper to put it on. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little out of frame when I'm doing parts of this here. Not trying to move these pencils out of the way. Okay. Doing random projects like this, I feel like often like I need more supplies than I have space for. Like usually when I do a certain type of project, I'm like, okay, here's the list of supplies that I'm going to need. But with projects like this, where I'm like just making random one after the other kind of things, I end up wanting to use paint, and then I want to use the ink, and then, so yeah. Okay. Let's ink around a little here and here. All right, so that one's good. I'm done with that one. Water break, water break, water break. Okay. Stay hydrated. We have lots to go. Oh my goodness. This one is going to be a little challenging. So I'm going to change up the background on this one again, using again this paper. Because we are trying to use things up and I really just want to do that, but I also want to be happy with what I'm using. So let's just do that. Because there's no sense having an ugly collage. Nobody wants an ugly collage. Because then I just struggle, like, how do I use this? I'm not going to put it in a journal if I'm not happy with it. Glue clog. Why? Why do you keep clogging? What's going on in there? There we go. Oh my goodness, this glue. Okay. Just cover up some of that offensive orange that I don't want to see much of. Just a little tidbit. Just clean off this glue bottle. There's a little bit of a glue blob there. That's the problem right there. Glue booger. I think that should hopefully clarify things. Whoosh, there we go. Okay, now we're going crazy with the glue. It's this thing. Okay. Sorry for the messy gluing. It happens. Okay, and just line this up here. Now I know I'm going to want to put something under his feet, so just before I stick them down, let me grab a scrap of something, packaging paper. I think that's probably what I'm going to want under here, yeah. And we'll clear this glue page. Get the legs of everything up here. There we go. And then alright, let's move a few things so I can get fully in frame again. There we go. Make sure the leg of this is still, yeah, it still needs more glue because I had to pull it up for a minute. All right. Okay, that's good. Now, I think again we need a word snippet. Where did that go? Here it is. Let's make him a mighty magician. A mighty magician. And I'll put that actually down on some different paper so that it can kind of be a little more focal too. Plunk it on here. just gonna defer over here for a moment to my book of stuff. I think I just want to add like a postage stamp or something, like a little, yeah, like a little mushroom stamp. Glue on there. Okay. And then a little bit of book spine, just to give some texture, some grunginess. Kind of goes with the background paper that I'm using, which is some leftover Stamperia. Okay. I'm going to stitch around all these, but I think I'm just going to ink this one because it'll make it feel a little more finished. And I want to add a little bit of black grunginess down there. Okay, that one's done. Now we've got more of these to go. So let's just get right through them. Skip scap through them. I can do it. All right. I actually like making these a lot. They're a lot of fun. Just gonna move my words to the other side, as I suspect I will be using more of them. Okay, what to do. I haven't used much fabric yet. I'm going to try to use up a bit of fabric. So let me just grab a little off-camera swatch of fabric here. Sorry about that. Okay, this is my little off-camera swatch of fabric. So I definitely want to use this up too. Paper that's just hanging around on my desk. I want to get rid of anything that I'm not going to like using this paper, because it just makes everything better. This is like half of a face or something. Okay. Packaging paper, we'll do the same thing. All right, so now fabric. I want to use a little bit of fabric up. I think just going to glue stick it down. I'm not going to fabric-tack it. This glue actually works incredibly well with cotton fabric, and this fabric is from a vintage dress that I had gotten for my daughter, which I had embroidered on, but she grew out of it about 2 years ago. So now we need to use it up. It's not in good enough condition to continue to be worn by anybody else, so it will become part of my work. I did get to do a little bit of thrifting yesterday when we went to Bogganing, because there's a little shop there that I like to stop by, and I did, and I found some nice yardage of cotton. So I have a plan to start mordanting fabric, because you know, spring will be here soon enough, and also I've booked a trip to a place that I often go, where I like to do a lot of foraging and a lot of eco printing while I'm there. I just kind of bring all my mordanted fabrics with me and just collect plants while I'm there, and I bring a few basic supplies and have a lot of fun time working on plant printing and foraging for mushrooms and identifying plants, and it's a nice little time. So start doing that. It's a good thing to do that in the winter when you're doing eco printing. Sometimes it's frustrating living in these kind of climates, but I always tell myself, like, let's just work on, you know, stitching the fabrics, using the fabrics that we're foraging here. Okay. I think I want to get a bird or 2 or 3. I have an idea. We use this owl for this one. Luckily, I have this bird book just hanging around because I'm actually processing it down to just its usable bits that I want from it. Maybe we'll try to save that bird. Okay, so I think I'll work on this one first, and I want that on there, but we're going to need something behind it, so I'm also going to use this girl. So we have her, and we have the owl, and I feel like they're in some kind of a battle, like the owl's protecting her from something. I need, let me see. Yeah, that would definitely help things. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now gonna definitely get our fingers dirty now. I need gilding wax. I think we need a new glue stick. This one. Actually, I'll use up the rest of the glue in this glue stick because my fingers are already a wreck. I only do this when my fingers are a wreck, but there's so much glue that gets left behind. I try to use it, like, I try to keep them around until times like this when my fingers are already a wreck. Because it's a ton of glue that gets left behind in these glue sticks. So we're going to use that up too while we're here. Okay, so just get this packaging paper down. And then, backwards. Oh, this way. What am I doing? There we go. It still feels like a bit of a sharp angle. Okay. Just need to glue the back here to the paper. Glue all of this down. All right, right there. Whoops. Lots of glue. Okay. Let's lift this up. Where is my glue book? Right here. I should have it right here. Now let's cut all the excess off here. Okay, this definitely needs glue. I didn't add glue to the whole thing because I wasn't sure what needed to be glued down and what didn't. Okay. All right. Get that excess packaging off there. Then I'm going to cut this into a tag shape so that I know how much space I have to work with. Okay. Okay, then a word snippet. Actually, set that one aside. I think I want to use that later. Okay, this is cool. We're going to use How the Giants Disappeared. So this could be some kind of an epic story. And you know, when you do things like this, you can create these narratives that you can write an entire story around. You can write, you know, with just a word snippet, How the Giants Disappeared. You could make a journal where you could literally write a short story about that. How did the giants disappear? And what was this little girl's role? And this owl, what did they do? Before you know it, you are writing a really incredible story. This is why I always farm these word snippets, because I feel like they fuel my imagination. And if I had all the time in the world, I could probably sit down and just write children's stories, because, yeah, that's where my brain goes for sure. I'm thinking also about maybe a little bit of just looking at things on my desk and saying, you know, I could really use this up and it would look really cool. So, where's my stapler? Is thinking about using maybe this bit of fiber that I've got. This is yarn and thread that are just hanging out on my desk that could otherwise hang out right here. The staple. That's all affixed. Good. Okay. This one's not though, because that's a short one. Let's add this one too with another staple. And I haven't backed these yet, so I will be able to cover the staples up in the backing process. So yeah, now we have a little more texture and it all kind of goes with the color of everything. Okay, we're at 4 pieces made. I'm nowhere near finished though. I'm taking a lot of time on these tags. Oh geez, that's okay. Just a warning that these videos can sometimes probably be quite long because I'm doing all sorts of things where I'm not pausing. But I am going to take a quick break and I'm going to fussy cut out some of these people because I want to use them. So just give me a moment. Okay, so I've cut these out. So I've got a few now here in my dish, and I'm about to get started again on these tags. So I've chosen these 2 little girls and I cut them out. And when I look at their hats, don't those look like the underside gills of a mushroom? So I had this little scrap of fabric hanging around, this red and white polka dot, and I had just enough to cut these out. So I'm going to essentially use them, and I just cleaned my hands, but now I really want to use the rest of this glue up. I'm going to use them as like the mushroom backings for this. So where is my, so I'm just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on here. And this will go here. Oops. And then this one, sort of centering, so it's got to go a little bit behind, so it'll be overlapping a little. Okay, like so. Good, good. Now, we'll use the rest of this glue. Just kind of smoosh it on the back here. And I know this is messy, but you know, it's about reuse, right? We're finishing up this glue bottle and it's not going to get wasted. Okay, mush that back on there. And then we're going to put Fabri-Tac on the back of the fabric. Okay. Oops, stand up. Get rid of the glue page. Lay our tag down here. Just sort of center these girls here. I'm going to push them up a little bit. So I'm going to do something at the bottom here too. A little bit of thread there trying to stick to me. Okay, and just give it a good press. So it flattens down. A little more Fabri-Tac on the edge. Because I didn't get the edge of this one. Okay. Now, just trim the excess off here. And then I like this. I think I want to use a bit of it at the bottom here. So I'm just going to tear yeah. Get the rest of this off the back. Then I might use this additional piece up here somewhere too. All right, now we've got these girls here. I like how they look. I'm going to just ink up that little bit of white in the center there and just, okay, now get rid of this and let's shape this into a tag. Now let's maybe tell a little story for them. This is good. Most wishes were sure to come true. Okay. Now let's find a paper to just seat that on. Maybe a little ledger paper. Where is my pin? There it is. So I hope you're having a bit of a relaxing making day with me, because this is a bit of a slow craft today. A bit of slow making. Tuesday 10 is a good time to make along with me, because I'm not doing anything too outrageous. I'm just using things up. Okay. Trying to decide what to do with the rest of my day today. After such a busy day yesterday, I could definitely go for a calm one. I'm thinking I might do a little bit of work on the journal I'm making right now, which I haven't shared with anyone, and I also have work to do on a new design team project, which is always exciting. The exciting day where I get to see the new digitals that are coming my way to be worked on. Always enjoy those days. It's always fun emails to find in your inbox. And I have a ton of paper to organize, and paper bundles and lace bundles that I've dyed. I just finished a bunch of avocado paper because the shop has been empty of the avocado bundles. So I've got to get those posted, which I'll probably try to do today, because I've been hearing many good things from people who've purchased them, that they like them, so I'm happy about that. Okay, most wishes were sure to come true for our little mushroom girls here. All right, so that one's done. Let's set that aside. All right, now this one, I have a little plan for. This little girl's just kind of looking down. I don't know if she's right. I think I'm going to go with this little fancy girl for this one. And we're going to have to dress this up a little bit. So I want to use these hummingbirds on this one. The Anna's Hummingbird. I'm just going to tear this out. Now, the hummingbirds are going to be the central focus point here, so I will lay them down first. But I think I do want to just tear a little closer to the birds, just getting rid of some of this white space. I'm going to ink it anyhow, but just going to get rid of, there's like a line that comes right up to her beak, his beak, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay. Maybe I'll just do this. Okay, I'm comfortable with that now. So let's get that down. All right, now I will ink around here just to get rid of the majority of this white space. Okay, and what this is inspired by is this, which is this word snippet, stealing sweets with a hummingbird. So that's why I'm starting with hummingbirds. I don't know if you could see that little fussy cut there hanging around in the background, but yeah, that's what it is. Now I need a little bit of possibly this greenery with this girl. Let me see how this little bit of fabric might work behind her here. Yep, okay, so let's just glue this on to her. Okay, good. Then I need a little gilding wax. So we can create like a little bit of a halo, like a glow around her, because she's like a magical little person who hangs out with the hummingbirds, and she's actually as small as they are. Okay. Let's pop this down here. All right, I'm going to take a quick water break. One moment. Okay, we're back with our hummingbird girl here. So I've got her glued down. Just going to ink that little bit of white space that I didn't want to cut out. Okay, so let's trim this into a tag. And trim this into 2 pieces, and I think these words can stand alone maybe, or maybe I'll give them a little backing. I've got some really nice bits of paper here, so why not? Actually, where did my other little piece of paper go? That's interesting. Okay, we'll just cut out another one. And then as soon as I do, I'll immediately find the other one that I cut out, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I'll put that down there near her. Give it a press. Okay, stealing sweets with a hummingbird. I just need to cut this excess paper off the side and we're good. Okay, done. All right, we finished all of those. Now we need to get into the rest of this stuff. Yikes. Okay, well, there's the piece of paper I was looking for. I told you I'd find it. All right, so that's the tags done. I may have bit off more than I can chew today, so lesson learned, probably don't use more than one collage page during a Tuesday 10 because they take a little long and they take my imagination on a ride. Okay, let's get rid of this border. So this doesn't need to be complex, you know, I think it's just beautiful on its own. I have an idea maybe, let me think here. Yeah, okay, so what I want to do with this, I'm not really big on this tapestry type backing that this has, and especially up here I'm not, so I'm gonna kind of cut a little around this city or this building, but not completely because I love the paint texture in the background. And I'm going to just kind of get rid of this red. I'm not a fan of. Do it on both sides of the hands actually. Get rid of that. Then I think I want to back it on here. Yeah. Glue. Oh yeah, I need a new glue stick. I used that one. Here we go. So let's just glue this. Over here. A little bit lower. There we go. All right, I like that sort of skyline better. Then I'm just going to get some more scraps back here that I have hanging around. Thinking about using literally just like old book page for the rest of this, just like grungy background book page, just to give it some stiffness and just to kind of, you know, hold it all together in the gaps and back it. And then yeah, I honestly think I like that, and I like that it's old book page, so it's kind of grungy. And so just need to throw a bit of glue in between these. I'm going to stitch everything as I always do, but yeah. And I probably only need, well, I'll use 3. It's really old book page. Yeah. Okay. So now we will trim. I'm going to purposely leave a little bit of the 19 up there, the book page. Okay, yeah. So that'll be that. I will back it and stitch it. Let's see if we have some words that would be nice here. Hold on. Okay, we're going to add a butterfly and this word snippet that says, the butterfly took wing and mounted into the air. You know, I'm going to just snip a little of this extra, there, a little extra off so that she can sit right there. Okay, I can probably use a little less of this. Okay, that's done. As mentioned, I will back and stitch everything. Okay, that one's done. Now this one, our girl here who's reading, or our circle. I'm going to go with the girl reading. I like that. And I'm going to actually tell a little story too for her. Okay. Just glue her down here on a page, and then it'll just give it a little more thickness. And we need some word snippets. We're going to tell a little story about her. There's the fairy book. But no. Once upon a time, we're going to get rid of once upon a time. Middle of the night, a wood so thick and thorny. This is the tough part. Okay. All right, so maybe we're going to tell a little story about the redemption of, like, you know, dark things or something. Middle of the night, a wood so thick and thorny, the far end of the village, mysterious house, witches and sorceresses. Everything was in flower. So my tip about gluing down these little word bits, use art glitter glue, don't use glue stick, because glue stick gets too mucky and will often cause you to tear them, as has happened to me many times. So I'm just going to get them down, and then I will get to the excess glue. I tend to be a little tiny bit heavy-handed sometimes with the glue. I try not to be, but we all have a natural hand for what we do, you know, and mine's like a medium Not too hard, but it's like, I don't know, not quite light as I'd like to be. Okay, there we go. Now, just come in with a bit of ink, not too heavy, just using up the leftover ink here. There we go. There we go, done. Next, let's see here, I'll put this in here. Okay, so we have this. Now my thought for this all along has been actually quite simplistic, and it's just making a coin envelope. Okay, there we go. So now it's just deciding what edge I like better. I think I like that edge out. Okay. Yep. So then I'm just going to run a little bit of glue on the bottom here. And just glue this down. And a little bit of glue on this edge too. And glue that down. And then, actually I'll just re-glue that again and then go all the way up this edge. Okay. I may just trim it a little bit. And just come in with my punch. And there we go. And then I usually like to also, just because, do a little bit of inking around the edges to just make it look a little more finished. You can also stitch around if you want to, which I might do. You just basically stitch the 3 edges. Okay, so I'm good with this. I think it's cute. There we go. All right, what's next? What's next? Oh, the tough one. This is the Studioloo, which, you know, I'm not even sure I want to save this page. I feel like it doesn't really need to be anything. I don't know. Like, I like her, but you know what I kind of think about her? She'd look cool on a book page. Or I have this. That would look kind of cool. Maybe we'll just cut her out. And we'll leave a little of the background in because her hat would be like horrific to try to cut out. I'm not sure I even really want her whole arm. I may even just not use like Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use her more as like a bottom of the collage type piece. So I'll just kind of take the bust of her here and okay. So maybe she's just going to be kind of the fuel for collage. I'll take the address of this place that she's at as well. And then pop that on here. Now let's cut this out. Alrighty. Let's see, I feel like this needs like roses or something. But I'm not. This is a bit of a challenging one. I do kind of like that there though. Let's commit to that. And then I feel like maybe I have another idea. Okay. So let's commit to sticking this down. Oops, that's too high. We were too committed. No, throw the ring away. Okay. Too high. Right there. Yeah, down near her face. Okay. This I like these colors, and I wonder if we could go with the idea that Toulouse-Lautrec knew the colors that he was working with and that they really went together. And we'll take these and make leaves with them because I feel like these colors really kind of work. Sounds like my husband is either doing laundry, dishwasher, or making bread in the bread machine upstairs. So if you hear like a gyration kind of thing going on, that's what that is. One of those three options is happening. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it might be bread. This is purposely a little time consuming, I'm sorry. I like how they all kind of look like they're just falling down on her head too. Maybe that's what this wants to be. Let's just start gluing. Maybe this just wants to be something super freeform and fun. I've been watching a lot of videos about people who are, you know, starting the year off, obviously, because here we are at the beginning of another year. And I see a lot of people are sort of choosing like a word that represents their year. And I've seen a couple people now that are using play, and I really like that. I think that's an awesome aspiration. I tend to always kind of play. All right, that's what we have. And that's what we're going with. Maybe she's just dreaming and thinking all about flowers and bouquets and things, and you know, maybe she's stuck somewhere in like a French like bar, and she just wants to be somewhere else, free in the woods. So she's just imagining herself completely somewhere else. Now we got to ink around this flower and get rid of the extreme whiteness here. I'll age this little. Okay, done. Oh my gosh, what do we have left, guys? I might just 1, 2, 3. We have 5 left. Okay, you know what? I think maybe I will call it quits for Tuesday 10. I'm going to be Tuesday 5 today. I just think this video is going to be far too long. Maybe I'll do a second. Maybe we'll do like a Thursday 10. I don't know. Oh, hold on. No, we have 4. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, you know, my whole thing has been about wanting to use these items together when I can. These I know I can use together. These I can't, and I don't want to. I feel like it would ruin the concepts. So you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say Tuesday 6 today, and come back to the rest of this. Thank you for hanging out with me. And actually, you know what I should do really quick? Stitch around these and I'll show you the final product. So just give me a couple minutes. Okay, we are all stitched around and finished up, and my fingers are a wreck. I need to wash my hands, but so here we go. We've got this lovely Through the Forest. I'm really happy with this tag. This one, The Mighty Magician. I added a little bit of crochet at the top of this one and a little bit of green leaf at the top of that one. This one, How the Giants Disappeared, I just stitched around and added avocado paper on back. This one I just stitched around and again stitched around. And our hummingbirds, stitched around and added a little bit of fabric and a kind of a little slub up the top. This one I added a little fabric, and I added Once Upon a Time down here. And yeah, I like how she stands up off of the tag. And there's our coin envelope. I did stitch around it. And this one I stitched around and added a little bit of waffly lace up top. And then I took this one and stitched around it and added a little more of the fabric up top here with our little mushroom girls. So thank you for hanging out with me during this Tuesday 10. Yeah, it's not always going to be 10 maybe. I think the lesson learned here is like the backgrounds, they kind of take me to a different place. I'm not just making kind of a piece of ephemera like this with not a ton going on. Not to say there's nothing going on. I do actually like that. But yeah, I think it's a little more challenging because you're just working with a busy background. So thank you. If you haven't yet subscribed and you like to have these nice kind of long, you know, craft alongs, hang out with me, subscribe, and we will talk very soon. Bye for now.